Hey guys, Chris with Token Vaping, and I'm doing another juice review for you guys. This one was sent to me by the nice people up in Alaska from Moose Knuckle. It is a cool name. It's different. Um, as you can see, the label has a moose on it because it is in Alaska and they do frequent up there. Um, you know, Nowadays there's always this argument going on about everybody doing the whole, your label is too centered for kids. Your label is too kid friendly. It makes them want to drink it. It makes them want to touch it or play with it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get it. I do. The last thing you want is for your child to be looking at something that you're, basically vaping on, and they're like, oh wow, that looks really cool. That looks like fun. Hey, I have that cereal every morning. I want to try that. That must be for me. But if your kid is old enough to understand what it is, they should be old enough to understand what it actually is. And then on top of that, you know what? If you leave it out, it's like with anything else. Kids get curious. They explore. They experiment. Keep it out of the way. Put it away. Make sure your kids understand that it's not for them. Because adults are going to be catered to this. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. It's a simple label. It's not really what they're worried about. It's what's in the bottle that they're concerned with. But you look at this, you're not really going to know right off the bat what it is. So it's the same thing with anything. You go to the store, you go shopping, you look at a label, you know what it is. You're looking at the ones that you like. I mean, it is what it is. Unfortunately, no matter what there is in this world, there's going to be people that have problems with it no matter what. Sorry, enough ranting. Ta-da! Review-wise, Moose Knuckle. Like I said, they are based in Canada. Or, I'm sorry, wow, no, I totally screwed that up. Sorry, Alaska. My bad. They do make this in-house. This is their in-house juice. It is a 70-30. It is 70 VG, 30 PG. So for me, this is a lot thinner than what I'm used to. I usually always do a max VG because I enjoy the clouds. But they go a little bit less on the thickness, and they thin it out a little bit more so they can put flavor in it, so you definitely get more of a flavor hit. The bottles, I do like. There's a lot of companies now that are starting to go this route with making the thin tips on the bottles. It makes it a lot easier, whether you're dripping, whether you're using a tank. It just makes it easier to use. So it is nice to see companies now going more towards this. They do come with a safety cap ring on their bottles. So when you actually get the bottle, it's going to have a ring like this, and then when the lid is on, it is basically all one piece like that. Now this ring will be attached to this lid. If it is not, it means that it has been messed with. So all you have to do is just turn it once. If it doesn't all stay attached, it was tampered with, don't use it. It is a safety cap, so you do have to push down and then turn, but it does come up and then it separates from the ring so that you know that it's still sealed. So that is really cool because they're putting the safety feature in. The other cool thing about it is these plastic bottles of theirs, they're made from something called PET or PET. The technical scientific term for it is a polyethylene terephthalate. I totally butchered that word. But it was originally discovered and patented in England in 1941. They do it because you don't really get, some bottles you get, if the liquid stays in it too long, you start to get that plastic taste from it. It's picking up from the bottle. It does not do it with these. I've been using their samples pretty regularly for the past 3 days. All I taste is the juice. So, and the nice thing about it is the PET, it's 100% recyclable, and you can actually keep recycling it to make further bottles. So basically, this bottle could remake bottles like this continuously for pretty much ever. So that's actually really cool. It's definitely environmentally safe and more friendly. Definitely really cool that they're looking at the importance of that and trying to stick with that. Now, enough of me ranting. Basically, I've ranted for about 5 minutes now. The point of this video is the liquid and the flavors. These guys definitely were really cool. They sent me a few different ones to try and to taste out, and I have tried every single one of them just to see what they are. The ones that they sent me was Oatmeal Cookie, Creamy Strawberry Cheesecake, Tundra Punch, Krispy Krack. Gee, I wonder what that one is. And actually, the one that I discovered to be my favorite out of the set, Code Red. Now, at first, I will admit, I made the mistake. I saw the Code Red, I saw it in red, I assumed that this was going to be a cinnamon flavor. Wow, was I wrong. Code Red, it actually is meant to be Code Red, as in the Mountain Dew drink Code Red, which I regularly drink Diet Mountain Dew every day, pretty much always. That is basically the only thing I mainly drink. So, having something patterned after that, definitely cool, definitely something I want to try out. So, for that one, you definitely get clouds. As I said, it is lower in VG than I'm used to. However, it still does produce a decent cloud, but you definitely get flavor hit. Absolutely flavor. Now, I've drank Code Red before. I won't say that this is 100% spot on, but it is very close. The aftertaste is dead on. After you've had a couple of swigs from a can of Code Red, that aftertaste as it goes down your throat, that's definitely there. Dead on 100%. The main difference obviously is going to be there's no carbonation in this, so that's where the difference in the flavor is going to be. However, beyond that, this is pretty close. And I mean, once you realize that it's not cinnamon and that's meant to be the Code Red, you definitely taste it. Your brain kind of centers around, oh, it's the soda drink. So it definitely does work. Yeah, like I said, out of the set that they sent me, this is my favorite. Definitely by far. This I could definitely see vaping on a regular basis, especially on a hot day. In my head, I'd be like, hey, Code Red. And definitely feel good. Now, all the other flavors, you know what? They're pretty close. Krispy Krack, you know, if you've ever had a Krispy Kreme donut, as long as you realize that it's meant to taste like the freshness of them when they first made, it's there. Now, the only downside that I see to this flavor line, in my opinion, and remember, please, this is just my opinion. This is one of those lines that no matter what I tell you, the best thing that I could say is you have to try it yourself. It's different from some other ones where you have multiple people who try it and they all have the same exact response to it. In your head, you're like, okay, you know what? That's what it's supposed to taste like. Why bother with it? This is actually a positive, and I guess you could kind of say a negative about this one. The positive side to it is none of these lack flavor. There is flavor throughout all of them. Definitely strong flavor. However, because of it, everybody's going to have a different viewpoint, in my opinion, to this. Now, for me, anybody who knows me, I grew up in New York for 19-20 years. I'm not a dessert eater, but the one dessert that I've always been a big fan of is strawberry cheesecake. That's the one thing that I regularly will eat as a dessert. That is one flavor that I know very well. Now, with that said, their creamy strawberry cheesecake. To be completely honest with you, if it didn't say strawberry, this would be 100% spot on. You definitely have the creaminess flavor to it. You definitely have the cheesecake. The aftertaste, you can taste the pie crustiness. Unfortunately, with the strawberry in there, that's what detracts it, because I vaped this for about, I don't know, you can see in there, I vaped this for about a little over half a day, and I really didn't taste the strawberry. Because I was expecting the strawberry, that's what made it a little weak in that aspect. If it just said creamy cheesecake, oh my God, dead on, perfect flavor. Again, that's just my opinion. Somebody else may try this and totally say, wow, that's total strawberry, I get it. The Tundra Punch was very good. It's a kind of a berry mix, and it's kind of like a fruit punch. So I could definitely see it being like a when you're on a picnic and you guys just kind of have like a simple fruit punch to drink. This definitely is there as well. Um, where is it? The oatmeal cookie. This one threw me off. You guys at Moose Knuckle, good job on that one. I was expecting just a straight oatmeal cookie, basically tasting it like it had just been baked in the oven. I got caught. This literally actually tastes like an oatmeal cookie after you dunk it in milk. It has got a creamy oatmeal taste while you're vaping it. The aftertaste of it is definitely an oatmeal cookie, dead on, period. So this one actually is probably one of the, out of the set that I've got, this is one of the closest ones to what it actually is. Um, very good on this one. And then as I had stated, the Code Red definitely was, you know, it is what it is without the carbonation bubbles. You can go definitely check these out, mooseknucklellc.com. They have a few other various flavors on there as well, not just these 5. They have, you know, a bunch more that you can definitely try out. They have all the descriptions. Like I said, they come in the PET plastic bottles, which is really nice. These are 15 mils. They don't look it, but they are. You know, I'm becoming a really huge fan of in-house made juices. That's where I'm leaning towards, because there's so many varieties of juices out there. You know, my biggest thing is trying to find out who makes in-house juices, because that's what everybody's going for, because that's the better tasting ones to me. This is definitely a line worth trying. You know, like I said, everybody's going to have a different opinion to this. I definitely will tell you, does not lack flavor at all. Flavorful throughout the entire vape. It just, everybody's going to have a different opinion of how much flavor of what is in this. Moose Knuckle, LLC.com. Definitely check them out. Definitely give it a shot. I'm Chris with Token Vaping. Hit me up on Facebook. Give my page a like. YouTube, Instagram. You know, again, questions, comments, likes, follows. If there's anything that you guys want to see done, I will definitely do what I can to do it. I enjoy doing this for you guys, and you know what? If there's something that you want to see, or if there's a comment that anybody can offer that might help me better what I'm doing, I'm definitely open to it. All I want to do is try to get better and to help the vaping community better again. Moose Knuckle, thank you again for the opportunity to rep your juice. I appreciate it. Happy vaping, guys.